Hi friends, welcome to VFX Pipeline, and in this video I will show you how you can read media files metadata using Python programming language. Okay, so before we start, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe and let's start. Okay, so what is metadata? Let's see first some example, and there are I will show you three ways how you can actually read that metadata in your code, Python code. So the first thing is you can use a tool called media info, and that media info is good, and I'll also show you what is the metadata I'm talking about. So metadata is something like your information of your file, media file, that include the name, format, and the file size, duration, bit rates, and if it is a video file, then it will be contain some codec informations like which codec is there, the compression information, and height and width. So you can see that it's 1280 pixels by 720 pixels. What is the aspect ratio? So 16:9. And what is the frame rate? So you can see there's a big list of all this metadata, and that is the information related to a sometime image file, sometime video files, so all multimedia files that include this information. And this information is very required when you are making some application which use this. For example, if you are making some play blast tool, and there definitely you need the width and height of the frame, and then you can make the play blast, right? So we will get this information inside Python code, but there are many tools available out there. For example, one tool is this, the media info tool, but this is already pre-built, so you can actually see the information, but you can't take that information and put inside your own custom user interface. And how you can do that I will show you in this video. Okay, so we just see the screenshots of the media info tool, but we have two command line tools available which can do the job for us. The one is ExifTool, and this ExifTool is very brilliant tool, and it's contain a lot more options, and this will give you more in-depth information about your files. And you can get this tool from this website. This website is sno.phy, whatever. I will put this inside the description of this video, so you can get it. This tool available for Windows, Mac, and also the source code available. So for Linux you can rebuild that. Then there is another option which is, I don't know how to pronounce this, hachoir, okay, whatever it is. You can actually get it from Python official package library, which is pip install hachoir, and then it will install this application in your computer, and then you can actually use this tool. And this tool is also good if you want some basic information, but I would prefer go with ExifTool. This is interesting. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's go and fire up our IDE, where we will write the code and take this media info into our Python code. So I just created a new file here, get video metadata, and here we'll start writing the code. So either you are using hachoir, or either you are using hachoir or ExifTool. Both we will run through SubProcess, because we need to catch the output of these command line tools. So maybe before we start jumping inside Python, I will just show you in command line how you can actually read that data. Okay, so let me just quickly start so here I have my command prompt, and in that command prompt I already download the ExifTool, and this ExifTool is actually exist inside my Okay, here it is. So I just copy in one folder ExifTool E inside my E. I will just start my command prompt from here. Okay, so right now I'm in the same folder. Perfect. Let's just run ExifTool, and if you just hit enter, it will show you some of the options that is required to read the data, and it's very simple. After ExifTool, you just need to put the file name. So let me just open again ExifTool, and my file is inside e files input mp4. Let me just copy this and paste here. So this is a input a mp4 file in my computer. Let me just put enter, and you see there are a bunch of metadata coming in this command with this command, right? Okay, so this tool is good, working fine, as we need to see the information like the file type, extension, file size, and width, height, like everything is there. Perfect. But this is in the Windows command prompt. But if you're writing a interface and then inside Python and using Qt or anything else, then you need to take all this value and put it inside your interface. Then actually you need to read all these values and then populate inside your interface. So the second thing we'll see is our option. This is hachoir, and for that is the command is hachoir metadata. HACHOIR. Okay, so this is your command, and there you just need to put the same the file name which is in our E. Let me just copy that also. Okay, so this is the second option that we are going to use. This is what we install through pip, and let's just hit enter. And as you can see, this also returns some of the metadata of the file, which is correct. But if you compare with ExifTool, like our previous this one, you can see we have a lot more information and much more detailed information. So for now, for a convenient, if you really don't want to go with ExifTool and you want to use just Python library, some Python library, then you can just use this one. But this will just limit it with few values, so I would not recommend go with that way. I will just show you the ExifTool how you can use that. Okay, so this is the command prompt way. I'm just closing that, and let's just go back to Python so we can see it how we can get here. So since we need to read the command prompt data from our execution of our exe files, and the best way to get the output is actually you can use SubProcess. So just import SubProcess, and SubProcess is when you install Python, it's come by default with the Python installation, so you no need to pip install SubProcess or something like that. Okay, so now we need to create a variable called process, and in that process we will call SubProcess dot popen, and this is we are saying, hey SubProcess, just open a process for us. And here we need to provide a list with some argument. So the first thing is we need to provide the command. So let me just make another variable like called executable, and this executable is our let's just put our the hachoir metadata first, so at least we have first the basic example, then we can easily forward with something else. And let's just create a new variable which is our file. Let me just copy that also. Okay, so this is our input file, is actually exist in my E files input, and executable is this. So in subprocess popen, the first argument will be your exe. Sorry, in this list, first element will be exe and the second will be input file. Perfect. And if you just run that, let's just run this. If you just run, it will just run and finish with exit code 0, and we don't see any output here. So to see the output, we need to do some more in the popen. So first thing, we need to read the output. So for that, we have std out, and std out is actually the standard output. Subprocess dot pipe. Then we need, like sometime we get the error also, so we need to pipe those also, std errors, and that also we put in subprocess dot this one we will put in std out. Okay, perfect. So now we have let me just zoom out this so you can see everything in one page. Okay, even if you run this, you will not see, because you need to print the output, right? So to print the output, what we need to see is for output in process print output. And since you see that process is just, you cannot just read this because this is not a iterable, so we need to read the std out from our process. Let's just run this command. All right, so now you can see the metadata is now start printing here in our Python console. So that means now we are receiving the output from execution of this command inside our console, Python console. Okay, so let's just do one more thing. As you can see here, these lines are start with this B and end with this R and N. So first thing, if you want to just customize this data, you need to get rid of this first, and to remove that, you need to put one more argument inside subprocess popen, and the argument is universal new lines and put true. So with this, what this will do, this will remove all this ends and start with B's from your list, and here you can see you will get the clear print result of execution of your command. Okay, so now if you see here, still you see there are some spaces here, and this space is weird. We don't want this space, right? So to get rid of that space, you can use strip, and with what that will do, this will remove the unwanted space from your output. So once you run that, you see you get the clean line without a new line space, something like that. Okay, so now you are getting everything in one space. So now we need to separate these, and to get the okay, so maybe just let me just clear one more thing. If you want to utilize this into your app, you need to convert into some Python readable data type or data format. So one of the format that actually we will convert this, we will convert into a dictionary, Python dictionary, and Python dictionary contain keys and values. So we will create duration as key, and the value of this is something like 36 seconds. So for example, image width will be key and 1920 pixels will be the value. So this format we need to convert into a dictionary format, and if you want to convert that, it should be something like this. It should be something like this, right? So this is our goal, to actually make like this. Okay, so right now it's not like that, so we need to do some more things. But before proceed that, I would like to change it with ExifTool. So let's just change this exe to ExifTool. And this tool, as I mentioned previously, it's copied already in my exiftool exe, and let's just run this. Right, so now we are getting much more data, and this is fine. That's what we need. It's like very good. Okay, so now let's move further and make a dictionary of all these items. Right now they are just the new line, so we can't use directly inside our app or anywhere. So if we get some sort of dictionary or JSON format, then it's easily we can actually put this information inside anywhere in our application. Okay, so the first thing I will see, I see the one pattern here is like each key and value is actually separated by a this column. So let's just split this, and I'm gonna split this with a column. And now when you run this, you will see now you have a list. Your each line is separated into a list, and the first item in your list is the key of your dictionary, and the second item of the list is the value of the list. So now we will create this as a, maybe just put this is our line, and now let's just put something like info, and this info is a dictionary, right? So that's what we want to make a dictionary. And this info the key will be our line, sorry, the first element, so which is the 0th index of our element, equals to line second element. Okay, so this will be our info. Let's just print that. But one more thing that you can see here is this, we have a lot of gaps here, right? So you can also get rid of this by using the same strip here. So dot strip. So now with that we just strip all the spaces. Okay, so now we are not seeing anything because we haven't print anything. Let me just quickly create a list. So let me just create a metadata. So this is our metadata right now here. And now last thing that we need to do, this is our list. So metadata dot append and info. So put, and last maybe we can print everything. So for each in metadata print each. Okay, let's just run this and we'll see. Perfect. As you can see here, what you are getting a pair of key and value. So directory E, file size 222 MB. So with that you can have a list of all maybe a key value pair of all the information related to your file. And how you gonna extract that? You can extract using if you put the key and you will get the value. Perfect. Okay, as one more thing that you can notice, there are spaces here also. So if you want to get rid of these spaces, you can use strip again when you are saving this value. So dot strip and run it again, and here you can see now you will not have any spaces here and here. So this is like with this way you can actually get that, and it's completely depend on you. So I will not say that this is the only way or this is the final way that you can actually get. This is just my like I was working on an app, and there I need to get some information from the file, and I use this way to get the information from that file. So that works for me. Maybe in your case you need to extract those line and convert that data into something else. Maybe a list will be work for you. That's fine, it's up to you. This is just one way to use how you can actually read the data from ExifTool inside Python and convert it according to your application need. So I hope you get understanding about how this tool work and how you can read the metadata, how you can read the command output from a exe inside Python and use inside your app. Okay, so this is it for this video, and if you like, please subscribe this channel. So I'll create more fun videos for you guys so you can learn a lot of cool things. Okay, so thank you guys. I will see you in my next video.